finding the area of regular polygons. So the formula for area of a regular polygon is 1/2 A times P. So let's make sure we understand what both the variables stand for. A is for the apothem, and P is for the perimeter. My pen is not writing super neatly this week. So P is the perimeter. All right, so what can we figure out about this regular polygon that we're going to find the area of? How many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We are looking at a 5-sided regular polygon. Remember, regular polygon means all the sides have the same measurement and all the angles will also have the same measurement. So it's a regular polygon. We know that each side length is 14. So can we figure out the perimeter? Sure we can. We just counted that there's 5 sides. So we know that the perimeter is going to be equal to 14 times 5. And what does that give us? 14 times 5 is 70. So we know that the perimeter is 70. Do we know what the apothem is? Remember, the apothem is going from the center of your regular polygon and straight down where you make a right angle with the base. That is the apothem. Do we have the apothem here? We do not. We need to figure out what the apothem is. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a right triangle and use what we've learned about right triangles to find the measure of the apothem. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so our right triangle is going to look I'm going to highlight what the right triangle, this right triangle right here. What I'm going to do is redraw this right triangle below so that we can work with it and figure out the length of the apothem. All right, so we know that the length from here to here is 14. Half of 14 gives us the base of our right triangle. So half of 14 is 7. So I know the length of our base of our right triangle is 7. We need to figure out the apothem. So I'm going to label that A. So we're trying to find the apothem. What we can do now is find the angle measurement of our right triangle. So this angle right here, we can use, this is review, 180 divided by the number of sides, and that's always going to give you that angle measurement. So 180 divided by the number of sides in the polygon, we said this is a 5-sided polygon, so I'm going to take 180 and divide it by 5, and I get 36. So the angle measurement is 36 degrees. So now we can set up using a trig ratio. We can set up a trig ratio. And so what do we have in reference? So remember, we're going to use our reference point of the labeled angle. So we've got the opposite side in the the opposite and the adjacent. I just gave away. So that means when you have the opposite side and the adjacent, you're going to use the tangent. So I'm going to have tangent 36 equals the opposite side, which is 7, divided by the adjacent side, which is A. So A is in our denominator. We never want to solve for a variable in our denominator, so let's work on getting that out of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply A times both sides here, and that way we get it out of our denominator. Now we've got A times tangent 36 equals 7. And to solve for A, we need to divide each side by tangent 36. Whatever I do to one side, I've got to do to the other side. So I just type in my calculator 7 divided by tangent 36, and you should get A equals, I'm going to round to 2 decimal places, so 9.63. That's my apothem. So I have just found that the apothem is 9.63. I have the perimeter, and now I have the apothem, so I'm ready to go ahead and plug all those values into the formula for area. So let's go ahead and do that. Area, we know, equals 1/2 apothem times perimeter. we know that, I'm going to go ahead, the apothem is 9.63 and that the perimeter is 70. So I'm going to type in my calculator 70 times 9.63 and go ahead and type this in your calculator. Check to make sure you know how to enter this into your calculator correctly, so that you know how to do it when you go to do one of the graded assignments or the quiz. So I typed 70 times 9.63 and I got that product, and then I'm going to divide that by 2. And when I did that, I got 337. I'm going to go 2 decimal places, 0.05, and units squared. Since we didn't have any, I'm going to put units squared since it didn't say what we were working with here in terms of units. So that is the final answer. So I really wanted to review what you do when you're not given the apothem and you're given a side length.